On September the 2nd in 2015, I heard the tragic news that my sister-in-law Rihane and my two nephews, Ghalib and Alan Kurdi, have drowned. And I decided to speak up on behalf of all those suffering people who does not have a voice. And most importantly, for my nephew, the boy on the beach, Alan Kurdi, whose voice will never be heard. In 2011, the war started in Syria. Desperate for their own family. Like thousands of people, they were doing it. My brother and his wife decided to take a risk, trust the smuggler, and to cross the Mediterranean, to go somewhere they thought would mean freedom, safety, and hope. That day, from the first phone call with my brother Abdullah, who just lost his entire family, cried to me. And he told me that the image of my son, Alan Kurdi, the boy on the beach, is the wake-up call to the world. Borders were open, refugee brought to Canada. It took a tragedy for my voice to be heard. It took us one photo, the picture of that boy on the beach, to move us to be human.
We are hugely supportive of the government's community sponsorship scheme, and you'll hear later about the great work that the team are doing to extend that welcome and try and make sure that it survives past 2020. But one of the most important things is that we need it to speed up. We need to get more people here, more families here, and we need to make sure that things happen more quickly.
To date, over 11,500 Syrian refugees have been resettled under the Vulnerable People Relocating Scheme. Around 150 people of them have been welcomed here under the Community Sponsorship Scheme. As you heard earlier, the UK government will review the scheme, and it's not clear yet whether they will extend it beyond 2020 or stop it. And that's why I am here today, because I want to encourage everyone to work for humanity, to work for people, to work for children, and encourage the government to extend the scheme. 20,000 people is not a big number. It's not. There's millions of people in the refugees camps. The millions of people are still trapped in Syria, and 20,000 people is nothing. And in 2016, we welcomed our first families, and today we have one of the first families that arrived in Milton Keynes. They'll speak later, they all sat there. We had a very difficult life in Lebanon where we had to live all together in one small room. My children had no education and they didn't have the chance to go to schools.
Hi everyone, my name is Rashid and my school is the same school as my brother. The first day I came to UK was amazing. My life changed and thank you to everybody who helped.
You've written a book, it's become a bestseller. People all over the world are listening to your voice and thinking that it's not about a boy on the beach.
It wasn't easy for me to tell the world basically my family private life and share it with everybody, but I felt I had to. And from grieving, I put my word in that book, and just to bring awareness. I mean, I encourage every country to help in some way or another. You cannot close your door or border in somebody in need, because we live far away and we have no idea what those people, my people, go through. Being in a refugee camp when I went, every single family, the father and the mother, they cry to me and say, look at my children. They don't know anything behind that fence. Is it fair in the world this is to happen to them? Me, I don't care about myself. The woman, the mother, same thing. All what I want, my children to have an education and have better future.
One of the things that we're doing at IOHR is we're launching a Helping Hands Fund. And part of that is to be able to reach directly into the camps and to reach children that are needing education and needing support.
Thank you so much. Wow, that's really beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you.
$5,000 directly into one of the camps, and this is going to Erbil.
She provided a lot of inspiration because she said that all she has is her voice, and she's just a hairdresser and a middle-aged woman, and yet with her voice she achieved so much. And I think she gave the message that we all have power.
It's a crisis that doesn't just have to be a tragedy. It is something that we can do something about, I hope. And I think this event showed that maybe I can do something little to help some people.